Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to take this opportunity to mention something very sad for me personally, and that is the fact that Ubisoft has decided to pull the plug on the track central for Trials Evolution on Xbox 360. This is a big deal for me personally because I spent so much time on Trials Evolution building tracks and making things that other people enjoyed, and it's all gone now. And I still have a lot of my tracks still saved on my Xbox locally, so even though they can't be downloaded from Track Central, I can still play them because I still have the actual file on my Xbox, and I might be pumping out some videos here and there of my old tracks just to have something to show for all my work. I don't want them to be lost in the sea of history. I want them to still live on in some form or fashion. But I remember one of the old tracks I built for Trials Evolution. It was a scary, spooky, creepy track, and I tried really hard to make it as creepy as possible with tons of little details in the background and creepy sounds, lots of ambience and lots of atmosphere. And there's a story behind this track. It's a very spooky and unsettling story, and I'm going to tell it to you now. And if I were to hear this story, if I were on your end listening to this story, I would be completely skeptical. I wouldn't think that this is real at all. I'd say, oh, this is a bunch of nonsense, it's silly. But I guarantee you, I assure you, I am telling the truth, it's 100% real. So I worked on my spooky track that I came out with. The track itself is called Cellar Door. It's not a Donnie Darko reference, I just thought the name was cool. Cellar Door, just kind of a creepy, unusual name. And when the track was released to the world and everybody was playing it, Trials Rising was a bigger, much bigger community back then. It was a huge game and everybody played it. And lots of people were playing my track right whenever I first put it out there, and I got lots of feedback. People said it's a great track, it's really well done, really spooky, did a great job. So things were going well, and I liked the results that I was seeing. And in the Trials editor, whenever you're building tracks, a lot of creators, put little Easter eggs and little hidden things in their tracks so people can play it again and try to find things. One of the things that a lot of builders add in their tracks is something called a death cam, where you can do something a certain way or trigger a little scene, a little cut scene, or you can switch the camera to something else so that it shows you something else besides your writer. And so one guy, after playing my track a few times, he said, "Man, that was a really creepy track. You did a great job on it." And there was this one time where I crashed my bike, and then I switched to a cutscene that showed the writer hanging from a noose like he was being lynched. And he's like, "Man, that was really creepy. How do you trigger that cutscene?" Because he only did it one time. And my response was, I didn't put that in the track. I'm serious. There was nothing. I put nothing in my track that slightly resembled what he was describing, and he was just like, what? Because he swears up and down that he saw what he saw, and he saw it while playing my track. So after I described to him that what he saw wasn't in my actual track that I had made, he freaked out naturally, and what he did is he went and recreated what he saw, what he says that he saw in my track as a whole separate track, and then uploaded that to Track Central. And of course I loaded that game up, what he had created, his track, and as soon as it starts, it's just your writer hanging from a gallows with two blank nooses to the left and right, but your guy's in the middle just hanging there. And it was really dark and creepy, just like my track, and it immediately gave me goosebumps. I'm like, oh my god, how did he see this in my track when I did not put it in my track? And I don't know if this has anything at all to do with it, or what inspired me to build this creepy track, but the house that I was living in at the time was haunted. It was like the most crazy, active, paranormal spot that I've lived in a long time. I'm talking disembodied voices, seeing things out of the corner of your eye. My wife actually saw a full-bodied apparition twice. This house was no joke. And the most frustrating thing about this whole story that I'm telling you right now, it is 100% truth. I'm not making it up. I'm not lying to you. But I can't verify anything because Track Central has been completely taken down, so you can't download my track, and you can't download this other track this other guy made to kind of show what he saw playing my track. And the original forums, the Red Links Trials Evolution forums, have also been taken down, so there's literally nothing left of this story except for what's in my mind. And that's why I wanted to share it. I didn't want this story to disappear, but there were some people on the forums that knew about it, but it kind of just fell away, and I've been thinking about it off and on since that day. It was very creepy and unsettling, so I thought I'd share it with all you guys. So, who knows? I have no idea what he saw. Maybe he was under the influence of something. I have no idea, but he saw what he saw, and he was creeped out by it. I was creeped out by it, and we were collectively creeped out by it. But without further ado, here is my track, the one that I built in its entirety, called Cellar Door on Trials Evolution. Have fun.